Okay, so we also, as you can see, I don't know if there's anybody, how do I know if someone wants to join?
It should pop up. It'll say X phone number or name would like to join, and you should be able to admit them. Down at the bottom too, it says participants 1. There's a little arrow next to it.
The green one?
No, that's just over to the left, participants.
Why am I not seeing that?
1, 2, 4th over. Yep, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
And there you can see who's in the meeting, which is just you.
Just us. Okay. We went through all this, and we have a person who owns Columbia Plaza down here on 66. And for years, he wanted to be a member of our group. So finally, Bill worked on the Board of Selectmen, got him to agree that even though he doesn't live here, he does own property here, he could be part of the group. So we got him into the group, and then last week we got set up with the Zoom so that he could, because he's in New York. He hasn't come yet. And we've been sending emails and letting them know that it's up, but all right, I guess we can get started. Assuming everything's being recorded. And so I called business to order. I have this thing called discuss goal business activities. I'm not aware of any business activities that I know of. I did mention, talk to Mark about the bank over here is potentially going to be a pizza house. And he said, I guess nothing's happened with it, but it's going to take time. So that's.
I'm surprised they get liquor permit so close to.
Yeah, are they?
I
thought that was going to be a.
They're
trying to.
They can get it. I forget what they can't. I think it's inside the restaurant. They can do it or something.
They can't serve it at recess.
They can't serve it at recess.
Oh gosh, that's good to know for my 5th grader. I'll tell her to stay off the bar.
They can do it. I can't remember why they can, but they can.
That's why I thought it was sitting empty for so long, because there was going to be a hard time.
There were some restrictions to it, but I guess they couldn't. Well, I know during the pandemic they could actually take liquor out of restaurants. I assume we can't do that anymore. I don't know.
I believe you can, because what's the taco place in Covent, Colchester there. I had my engagement party there. I don't remember the name of it.
The taco place in Colchester?
Just past Toy, the sushi place that's down on the right. Anyway, you can take margaritas to go. They look like Capri Suns, basically.
Okay. All right.
Fresca.
Letters from Columbia to Columbia View. We're trying to get a speaker to come talk to businesses in town, and I haven't gotten anyone at this point.
I spoke to a woman today her name is Amy McCarthy. She's on the County Chamber of Commerce. She's on the board of directors there. And I asked her if she could help me find a speaker. She was going to talk to somebody. I was in charge of the Chamber of Commerce to see if he had some names.
Cool, because I was thinking of talking to a little minute. That's good.
That's Willimantic's chamber, right?
There is a Willimantic chamber, sure.
But anyone who they would have contacts.
Yeah, I just know her through something else. So I asked her. I know she's on Talon County, Chamber of Commerce. Yeah.
All right. Good, because I talked to Mark a couple. When did Mark? Well, there was some names left out last meeting. Mark didn't get the name for me, so I did follow up, and he did follow up. So we'll have to look in, and I'll keep bugging him. But that'd be a good contact. Bill, you were at some sort of meeting that you said you wanted to talk about and get some information.
Yeah, I went to a Greater Manchester Chamber of Commerce meeting a while back. I could pass these around. It's an interactive guide for starting a small business. I thought it would be good to try to copy that into something similar where you can get information off of that.
I only have one copy of what I brought. Starting a business step-by-step guide. And would they let us use theirs?
You probably could use a lot of it's just directly probably to websites. There was some criticism because it's kind of low tech having a booklet rather than just sending somebody to a website, but thought it might be a nice publication to consider for the
Visionary Health Network. It's for Connecticut.
It's good that it has like work pages too. You can kind of show it something.
Does the town of Manchester put this out?
their chamber of commerce.
Their chamber, okay.
So you paid for this?
Yes. With a measure as a committee, you could probably get the town to pay for something like that.
Well, we're working well together here. I've got something that's. I got a phone call from this guy it's called the Golden Shovel. And I was just looking at this and whether that.
I think this is awesome.
This is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Howard, you could get Howard to pay for it.
There's clickable ads on each page.
We're an extension of the town. There's no reason why the town couldn't pay for something like this.
Well, you're one of our selectmen. You think that's a good idea, then?
That's what the committee is something happy to bring it up.
Oh, Brian Waugh. Oh, I see. You're in there, is it there? Yeah.
That's my brother. He's on the.
Because that's experience, integrity, and results. Oh, you were there, Kevin and Bill.
I think this is fantastic.
Well, what's interesting. So, as a follow-up to that, I got a phone call from this guy. He's promoting his business. They do promotionals for towns in business, and they're called the Golden Shovel. I've got an electronic copy that I could send to everyone. And basically, they do stuff like this. They do website development. See what else? Marketing. They could work on the strategies. There might be ongoing and opportunities on. They do all this. I'll pass it around. I only have the one copy because I just got this like an hour ago. I called and talked to him. Well, he left a message, or he was playing phone tag, and I finally got to talk to him. I'll just sort of pass this around.
Yeah.
I am going to have a Zoom meeting with him on Monday at 1 o'clock. If anybody would be interested or not. And he's supposed to tell me more about what they do. And they don't do it for free. It's a business.
Sure.
He threw out some stuff like $18,000 for this and $12,000. So I mean, and I did say, well, we're not exactly, just you look in there, they're talking about Wilmington, Delaware cities and stuff that they're working for. Probably like Manchester. But he said we work with all size towns, and it would be something as a promotion for town.
Sure.
So I don't know if he'd be interested in actually joining me or not, but I'm not sure how to do that. Whether I could come here at 1 o'clock and go on the laptop and do it if someone else wanted to do it.
What day was that?
Monday.
Monday. I'd be entertained.
I'd have to check here if there's someplace we could all, I don't know, like this room is empty. We can just sit here and I can just turn the laptop and I got basically the same thing, except we're the ones clicking into it. I don't know, could we do multiple people like from different sites?
You can just have them send a Zoom link and you can forward it to all. So we'll all come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I can do a video, we can do it that way. I can just send everybody the Zoom link and we can all click on it.
That'd be the easiest.
His name is Jeff Clabbert. Jeff Clabbert, K-L-A-U-B-E-R-T. Yeah, so I could just forward this to everybody. I said, if I just forward this, then you'll get the blue thing. Just click on it, right? Are you interested, Ashley? Are you interested in that? Are you interested in joining a group? I mean, I can send you that.
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I would be interested, as long as I don't check my schedule Monday. Yeah, I have time Monday afternoon.
All right. Yeah, give me something to give me your. Hand that to Ashley, and that's our agenda. You can write on there your, write your
email.
And I'll email it to you.
I'll take one of those. You got an extra one?
Yeah, I got one. I don't know why I named them out.
I'm just gonna throw my phone number down here also, so it's all on one page for you.
Thanks. That would be perfect. So the letter to the Columbia View is, where's it? I don't know, I should. What was I thinking of doing?
We're going to get the speaker and then put
I guess I wasn't sure what this would be, whether it would be something we could hand down. I was thinking of doing some little thing in the, write a letter about this, but this is really not, we're not there yet. But when you talked, I thought maybe it was something like a program or something that the state was handing out. This is something they did.
yes.
So this is very specific to Manchester.
Not necessarily. It's pretty general. I assume that if you check out the various things, it's going to be general stuff about starting a business, not Manchester.
But we'd have to go through and make up our own thing using this as a guide.
Well, if those things are all just regular, you can probably use the same thing. No one's going to bother you about stealing.
But we'd have to put something, I mean, I don't have this book to hand out.
No, you can make that.
I mean, you got advertisements in here too.
Yeah, they did a great job at that because there's applicable advertisements on each page for, you know, accountants and lawyers, and when they're talking about that specific item rather than being just totally randomized. I think that was very smart.
Or if this is something these guys would do that, well, we'll find out Monday what they're about. Yeah, like this page.
For some, like this would be mostly website marketing. Not very as much.
Yeah, I'm not sure I didn't. It was, I had to drag information out of him.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he just wants to do
find out more on Monday and see what it involves.
So our thinking was with this, the letter and stuff, we're looking to try probably in the fall, have some sort of event where we can invite businesses to something. To meet and have a speaker.
Yeah.
Talks about whatever, and then basically have a networking for new people in town.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
But we're trying to have a speaker for.
That was one of the things I was, yeah, that's why when I came.
It's that same, you know, And you get the Columbia View, that's the one thing that comes out, so we want to
Of course.
basically process it with that, and I think we got till July to get something in there.
I saw the deadlines somewhere recently, but I'm not sure.
I did too, and I can't remember. It's one of the J's. Hopefully it's not June.
Yeah, here.
And they have a lot of states even,
Yeah.
Texas Economic Development Council.
Yeah, I talked to say he used to live in Woodstock. I mean, he didn't tell me where he lives now, but he's familiar with Woodstock. So, and then some other different guys going to talk to me. So I don't know.
I haven't had a chance to read it yet.
In there.
Mr. O'Brien, do you know how much you have to pay Jack Brunson this?
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
Magazine schedule on page
500
2
change.
for
Yeah.
third quarter.
Third quarter.
Ad deadline or mailed week? 7/7.
I would guess 7/7 would be for us too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That is in by July. So this is now May.
Well, if you got something lined up this month for something in the fall, then you could get it in time to do it.
Or shoot for the fourth quarter, which gives you till October.
Yeah, what is that? Mail 8/7. Oh, actually, we go back. She's right. That's if we wanted to get it in. Mail to 10/23/20.
Right. Depends on when you would want to host anything and give enough time. If you want to host it in the fall.
So actually, you could do either one.
Or aim to do it on both potentially. That way, whoever missed it one time.
So I think we can get this book for free as a town organization. I think. Yes. I'll just write something as the chairman of this, what we're doing, and then invite people or something. I don't know. I think that's how it works. All right, so our deadline, we got 2 deadlines there to get something here.
How do these people find you?
I don't know. I'm assuming probably from the town here. Because he had all my information, he had my email and my phone number, and because when I talked to him, so
is it on the website? All that stuff?
Right.
I don't know. He didn't have all my information though. I just assumed, although
That information is on the website.
Hmm?
It is on the website.
My information.
Yeah.
That's probably we just did that, and he was just going to town and calling. Because when he first called, he said he wasn't sure if I was the right person to talk to or not, and he wanted either to talk to him or tell him who to talk to. So you're probably right. Get it off the website. And 11/3.
Is for Hebron.
Oops.
10/2.
10/2. Thank you. And that'd be mailed October 23rd. So we would do it in November. I guess that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
No, it's not bad at all. November's a good time.
Yeah, before December and after October. It's perfect.
You don't say.
There's really not much goes on in November. I think October it's fall and everybody likes to get out, and then December you're into Christmas. So November is kind of theoretically less stressful, I guess. So we can see what these people are about. I know they're not cheap, and I guess that would definitely be something we'd have to go before the board if that was something.
But they got pretty heavy duty clients.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was only kind of
The
like,
whole state of Texas.
Yeah.
The economic.
yeah, so I kind of think, well, it's okay. And it's even really a small little town, like 5,000 people. Oh, yeah, we do little towns too. All right, well. I have no idea where he is. I know he lived in Woodstock. He could be in California now.
Was it Woodstock?
They say, I used to live in Woodstock, so I know, I'm familiar with the area.
Oh.
He's John Clever, but the guy who's actually going to talk to us is Warren somebody. Warren Westcott, the guy that's going to actually do it.
Would we be permitted to have a separate website from the town because it's a town organization? Like we have a page on the Columbia's government website here, like, so would we be permitted to have a separate website? Because that does sound like that's what this organization Golden Shovel does, is sort of, it sounds like they do a lot of data research, market analysis, all that stuff of the town, and then they are able to compile all this streamlined information into one website for people to access. But would we be permitted to have a separate website with it being a town run committee?
I don't know the answer to that.
That would be something to find out before anything is.
Can we have our website?
Yeah, it could be added. I don't know.
Do we have a separate website from the town's run website?
No, we don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, it sounds like they take this and start a whole separate domain and everything, you know, web page, and it's not just a link on the town's page. So it's just something to consider. And the town wants to be in control too of some of this.
It'd be up to the town to decide what they want us to do.
Exactly, yeah. Just something to think about. I imagine they can't be streamlined because the website domains could be completely separate, like run like Java or whatever, like the code that runs websites may not.
I see.
Just checking Jennifer to do something. Didn't think of anything I had. What? Well, what other goals would you like to do? I think that's the major focus now. I think I don't know if I should start trying to do. Should I start trying to do some? Should I like this follow up for the 7-7 one? Would it make sense to have put something in there just to kind of give a notice to the people who read this that there is an Economic Development Commission meeting?
I think that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely.
And so maybe I could write up something, and I'm not sure what our subject matter will be other than saying we exist, and then kind of say that we're planning something like this in the future.
Really haven't lined up. We can do it in the next 30 days, get a person, you know, the speaker, get a date, and then just put it down that way.
You have any idea how quickly this person will respond to you?
No, but I mean, if you know, I've done that when I was doing these services stuff. I call people and say, listen, we're planning to have a, identify yourself as being from the committee, and usually they're pretty helpful. They'll say, we're planning a forum on the whatever day in November, and have them see if they're available, and then you confirm it with them, and that's it.
Well, it makes sense for me to call Willimantic Chamber of Commerce.
Sure, anybody. You can call the, you know, Connecticut Business Industries Association, or you can call it, you know, Small Business Administration. Somebody's got to have a name of some speaker if we talk on whatever the topic.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping that's what Mark was supposed to get. Why don't I just call it SBA on my own?
Since we're in Talent County, why wouldn't we call Talent County Chamber?
We could. I reached out to a lady there today, so hopefully she'll get back to me with the name.
Isn't the town of Columbia a member of Willimantic's Chamber of Commerce though?
No, we're Talent County.
Are we?
Yeah.
I thought I saw something that like the town as a whole was a member there, but that could have been old information or something. I don't know.
Oh, we're closer, but
Yeah, all right.
I'm fighting over it.
We're close to London County too. Yeah.
I know. I'm a real estate agent, so like when I'm doing searches in this area, I have to pick like Middlesex County, Hartford County, Tallinn County, Wyndham County, New London County, because we're right on the cusp of everything.
We're in 3 counties right now.
Yeah.
Which town you drive into?
Yeah, 5 minutes in any direction.
Which is weird. I used to be I was a member of the land surveyors group, and each county had a representative. At the time, my office was in Norwich. And then when I closed my office in Norwich, I started my office here. And I was the director for the New London County. And because I moved in, I was working in Columbia, and I said, well, I'm like walking distance to Lebanon to London County. But, so I had to resign.
Yep. I'm curious because I'm new coming into everything here. I of course have perspective and opinions on things, but what is the EDC's mission? Is there a registered mission or like a stated mission? Like what is ultimately, what is the EDC looking for to obtain as a goal,
basically to promote business in Columbia.
Okay.
Is there an actual mission statement though?
Never has been, I don't believe.
Okay.
So. This is the biggest meeting we've ever had right now. You're looking at.
I'm happy to be able to. I just don't want to come in and suggest anything and everybody be like, well, wait a minute, that's not what we're trying to do.
We're open to suggestions.
Yes, we're not, that's not this group.
Okay.
I went through skimming most all of the minutes of the Economic Development Commission meetings from 2006 forward.
Oh gosh, good for you.
And the things that we're addressing today and talking about are the same things as then, but there never has been like a foothold.
Right.
Well, there's never been an actual committee. Most of the time it was just me.
Was it Vera?
No, I've been in
Vera
Vera.
chairman?
Well, Vera was chair before. Going back that far, Vera would have been.
Oh yeah, 2006.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. Her big thing was she was talking about, she wanted to do a lot of stuff with beautifying Columbia and wanted to basically the town to pay people put in vegetation and stuff. And what was the other? There was another thing which she, anyways, it was basically a thing that just to get the town to spend money to help people promote their business.
One of the things that I was, because I met with, I have a very good friend who is the head of the Kelly Business Association, and I met with him and discussed what they're doing. And a business association is a 501c3, which is completely separate from the town and not town run. So that's one of the major differences between this and that. But he did give me like a copy of his meeting minutes, and we went over some of the things that they've been doing. And I met with him to just sort of discuss some of my ideas that I had for like our town and where I felt like there may be some gaps here in Columbia and things that I would like to help achieve and, get going. I was like, we're a really small town, like I said earlier, but we're a big town. We've got so much between 66 and 6, and there's a lot of opportunities. We've got agriculture and we've got developed areas, and I was like, there's so much potential, and I just feel like it's kind of lost in between. Hebron has got a lot going on in it, and Lebanon's got a lot, of course, and I was like, I feel like we're leaving some stuff on the table here. And I looked at the business listing on our Columbia government webpage, and I saw it hasn't been updated since 2018. And I was like, that business is closed. That business is closed. That one's
really?
Yeah. So I was like, can we get an updated business listing? Something as simple as that, so people can actually see what businesses, like townsfolk, can see what businesses are in town and that they could utilize and access. I would love to be able to promote resources for our community within our community, because we have so much that's just hidden because it's not well advertised. That's part of being a rural town. Everybody's just kind of stays to their own devices a little bit, but I'd love to see whether it be mixers, like what you were talking about, which is fantastic, an updated business association, business listing. What about potentially like farmers market opportunities? We've got a ton of agriculture. We've got a ton of great farms in town that do their own farm stands and stuff, but nothing that's really.
Moose has started a.
I saw they just started. Yeah, they started talking about.
last year.
Yeah. So little things that I was like, I'd love to see, you know, something as simple too as a Facebook page where businesses can promote, because the town page, you can only promote on like, well, it's not the town page, it's like the Columbia.
Everything Columbia.
Yeah, you can only promote like once a month on the Thursday or something like that, or, you know. So that's where I went to it today to look for starter plants for my vegetable garden. Like I just type in and look, where can I get good starter plants? But if there was some sort of more streamlined, you know, way of communicating with the people of the town about what their resources are. Because I think everybody I've ever discussed things with would love to support local if given the opportunity, so.
It's true.
Yeah, most of us are, want to do that if we can.
So who?
We got Mackey's, which is.
That's where my plan is, Saturday, you'll catch me at Mackey's.
Some of the town line.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
own their Columbia people, so.
Right, yeah, that's right there, so. But yeah, little things like that. It's just sort of where my head has been at prior to coming here today, but.
Mackey's is in Willimantic.
Yeah.
There is a place local here in Columbia that you can also buy plants from.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Where?
tell me where.
The farm stand up at, on 66.
Is that East Willow?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I didn't know if they did.
Wonderful.
I've seen a lot of their postings on the pages, you know, I follow them on Facebook, but I wasn't sure if they did starter plants at all.
They do.
Perfect, that's good
That's
to know.
where the one off Route 66.
Yeah.
It's just down on the right.
There where the old apple orchard used to be.
Yeah.
They're in there.
They do beef and.
I went there one time, they have, doesn't look, I don't see their farm, they're just like, they have a store.
Oh,
I
you should
don't
go
know how much
again.
stuff there.
Go again.
Let's go, I'm going plant hunting this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. We get our topsoil delivered on Saturday, and it's just Mother's Day weekend plans.
That's right.
I was gonna ask, who does maintain the listing that she mentioned on the town website regarding local businesses?
No, because she had said that nobody was doing it.
It probably was done in 2018 and then they completed the task and no one's been assigned an update. I'll bring it up the next week.
Okay.
You know, it's been brought up at this committee that the, you know,
Put that in
business listing has to be updated.
Yeah, that would be
so that
fantastic.
we can build.
I was like, I will volunteer as tribute to go around to businesses and just be like, hey, can I have your information? Like, yeah, I mean, it's multi-purpose for me, being new in town and getting to see familiar faces, getting to know faces, you know, and everything. So I would love to just be able to find a way to connect, but also having, you know, a business mixer of some sort, you know, would aid in that as far as going to town. I think it's helpful to do it here, but like if we could do some sort of, if we had a business listing, potentially prior to that, we could send mailers, like postcards to those specific businesses, inviting them
And there's
to.
a list, but like you said, I don't know if they're all.
Yeah, and then
Still.
2018, how many people survived COVID? A lot did not, and then we've had some new ones come in now, so where are we at? Well, I don't know. At that time, I think there was 200 businesses on the list. Who knows where we are anymore?
Yeah, it's surprising, you actually get the list, you're surprised how many businesses there are in town. There are a lot of good people work out of their houses and stuff.
Exactly.
There's Janet with her business.
Yeah,
What do you have for this?
Trust Treasure.
Oh, well, okay, you just opened, right? Well, not.
5 years.
It was. I thought I saw somewhere on Facebook that it was new, but maybe.
New 5 years ago.
Yeah, 6 almost. I was thinking of business legitimacy, you know, versus a hobby versus a business.
Right. Like landscape, hobby,
Like, I'm sure there's people doing business in town that aren't registered with the town
right,
even.
right. But then
If
there's the flip side of that
someone
too.
comes and wants to have their hobby business economically elevated by having it on the local Columbia registry, should that be permissible?
I feel like it should, because we're a government run sort of committee, that we would want to follow the lines of legitimacy and say, like, if you're not legally registered, as an organization, we shouldn't be necessarily able to promote it unless it's like a legal entity, whether it's sole proprietorship, which is very easy. And we could help direct them if we had this sort of book and here's how to get this established and started, like, here is this step-by-step guide. Because sole props is so easy.
Good way to get people registered.
Right.
Absolutely.
But just, if we were a like business association, like separate, I think we could kind of get away with being like, oh, you're a hobby trades, you know, whether you're 16-year-old mowing lawn or whatever it might be. But as a town run, I don't think that would be wise just for liability. I don't know.
I think it actually kind of put them in a bad spot because you're supposed to be registered if you're a business. If you're working on your house, you're supposed to register as a business in your house.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a lot of business operating going on in this town that aren't registered with the town. I checked. At my business, I take people's business tax IDs if they don't want to pay tax.
Mm-hmm.
And I am responsible as a business. If I take their ID, I'm responsible for that tax. Meaning that if they aren't registered legally with the state and they've given me a false tax ID form, which I've had 2 of.
And you have to pay that tax?
I'm responsible for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I check every single business that comes to my business and tries not to pay tax.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one of them is a good sized business in town.
And they're just not registered with the state at all?
At all.
Yeah.
wow.
That's concerning. They're not, see, if they're sole prop, they wouldn't have a tax ID, right? So is there a way to,
So
if you're a sole proprietorship, you're not registered on Concord. So I don't know.
I just think everybody should pay taxes.
So they make,
Oh, absolutely.
are they making,
I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way to see, trying to think back from where I used to work in a bank. So like, you'd have to verify business, like tax IDs, they'd have to bring in their form. So if they're not on Concord, they would have to bring in a tax, like their, what is it? From the town here, what is it called?
I don't know what kind of,
It's
tax IDs aren't W-2 forms.
right. So it wouldn't be, as a sole proprietorship, you're filing your taxes under your personal tax ID number and not an EIN number. So you would have a trade certificate from the town, I think it is, that shows that, you know, Ashley Stryker is DBA, like doing business as Ashley's Lawn Care, and that you could take that to open a bank account at the bank, even though you don't have an EIN number and you're not registered with Concord. It just says that I'm the sole person working for my business and I'm going to file my taxes under my personal social security number for that business also. So I don't know if there's like a trade name certificate that they could provide.
So what I did with these 2 false IDs is what they were. I contacted the town of Columbia to see if they were registered here, and neither was registered.
so they just
Right.
they just made up a number? Yeah,
Just filled it in.
that's awesome.
Right, rude, honestly, but that's the only.
So I don't know what stuff we want to pick up. I sold my business 2 years ago, so.
See, you're not on the listing anymore.
Well, the business actually is.
Oh.
Actually, I'm in Hebron, or the business is in Hebron. From the land surveyors, I used to, our house from land surveying, I used to be in town, and then we got the office in Hebron. So I had all that stuff that I don't do anymore, but the name still exists. So hopefully he's still paying the taxes. Sure. Well, I guess the one question, Ashley, are we interesting enough that you want to go forward and be part of our group?
Yeah, I'm very interested.
Because basically it's a very simple process. We have to request to be on the group, and then the selectman will vote and put you on the group.
Okay.
Yeah, you send Jennifer just an email asking to be appointed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And then I'll speak on your behalf.
Thank you.
Board.
When's
Fantastic.
the next
That'd be
meeting?
great. What?
When's the next meeting?
Tuesday.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, they could next week, and so that'd be great.
Yeah.
Your energy is much appreciated.
Thank you.
Don't ever feel you can't say something.
No.
And feel free to help, direct me if I'm not correct or, headed in an incorrect direction on anything. I'm happy to try and help where I can here.
All right, so I don't think there's much more we need to talk about. I will email everybody the connection for the meeting on Monday, and if you can make it. If not, we'll tell you about it. Whoever can't make it.
Sounds good.
It's Monday at 1 p.m., right?
Motion to close.
You're making that motion? Okay, one motion to close, second? All in favor? I think everybody said yes, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think I can vote yet. So I don't think my voice counts for till next time, right?
Next time we'll have it. All right, that one's good. Now, I think it was before you came, but I don't know if you were here, but we've got two people who are theoretically members of the group that really never followed through. When do we
Keep them on the list for now.
keep on listening till we get someone else who wants to?
Or you can ask them if they plan on staying on. If they don't want to be on, have them resign.
I'll try. That lady Lisa Doug, I can't think of her last name now. Dunsick or something like that. I'll email her. I think she's still getting stuff.
Still can't convince Nancy Tabor to come on.
I know, that would be nice. Maybe they sell the winery, but she'll do it. You've been to our winery?
Which winery?
Hardstone?
Yes, I live right across the street. I could stumble there if I wanted to. Or back.
That's a nice area.
Yeah. I haven't been since they added the beer though. They just added beer. Yeah. I thought they were gonna build a brewery potentially in the back. Was that a thing?
They talked about it at one point, but I think right now they've got a, I can't remember the actual brewery, but they got someone bringing that in that way for now. I know Walt at one point talked about he might want to dabble in it. He had a friend who was doing it. He was thinking about doing it, but I think it's probably more complicated. They want to get just have cans of beer if you want it.
Yeah.
It's a local brewery. I can't remember the name of it though.
We have a ton of local breweries.
So you want Sunrise?
No, same builder on Sunrise, but we're on 87.
So you're the one just the right to the old house?
Yep.
Which house?
The old farmhouse right on Sunrise, you know that one?
We did your site plan.
What was it?
My company did your site plan.
Oh, okay, yep.
Nice.
Old farmhouse that sits right at the edge of Sunrise and 87, I think used to own all of that, right? And it kind of got sold off, subdivided out and everything.
Yeah.
So we're to the right of the old farmhouse.
It is part of the subdivision, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's the other one, not on.
Yeah, exactly.
The road.
So everybody's like, oh, Sunrise, and I'm like, kind of.
When was Sunrise Street?
It's been there a while because they built it.
Some of those houses are, what, 2006?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know, this is the first I heard of Sunrise.
It's 87 as you're going up 87, there's a road on the left. It's been there for.
Next time you go down, there's a big red sign, right?
Is it near Dick's house?
Yeah, it's cost, it's right, like she said, it's kind of across from, not right directly across, but it's right across from, your house is right across.
No, it's diagonal. So the winery's here and then Sunrise is just after it on the left. So it's sort of diagonal. Like if I'm sitting on my covered patio or whatever, I can hear the music on Friday night. So it's close, but.
Last week was pretty good.
Yeah, I was not here for that one actually.
They had, it was Nancy's nephew, and they said they played last summer, and they were like, okay. And they came in until that, so last Friday night they were there. The first song they came out, it was like, it was too ambitious what they did. But they weren't really warm, and they just got better the whole night. It was
wow.
It was really.
I
Should
believe
have got
my,
better, or was it just the wine?
right. Or the beer, right? I believe my fiance is actually, related to the family somehow. I'm not sure.
Neighbors?
Yep. Cousins, maybe. His dad's cousin, so his, whatever that makes him, but,
I'm good friends with the Tabors.
my fiance is Andrzejewski, so I don't know if that
So this is, he might be related to the other side, to the Derwicks,
could be, not.
because that's a big family.
Not sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see what the winter.
Yeah, we go there pretty often. It's a good place. I love the patio. It's so relaxing out there.
It's Friday, supposed to be pretty warm. Last, everything was inside. This
Yeah.
Friday was.
This weekend's supposed to be beautiful, what, like
It's gonna
80?
be great.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
But we'll be planting, so. Maybe Friday night. There's music over there.
Friday night's music anyways, yeah.
That's it. I have one of these, but, oh, this was outside, right? On the,
Yes,
I have one at home on my coffee table, but I haven't read yet.
You wanna keep one of it?
sure. You keep it, I'm fine with it. I can get another one.
All right.
It's okay to keep these?
Sure.
Fantastic. This is great.
And so see you all on Monday at the Zoom world. So our next meeting will be in June. And then I'm debating how much we want to do in July and August, and whether or not to do anything in July and August. So think about whether we want to do something in July and August or not.
We'll see too, because if we have to get something into the town, for the article, ad, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
Depending on where we're at.
So maybe we might do July and skip August. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it next meeting, what makes sense.
Mhm.
And we don't have to meet to do stuff either. Oh, I should. All right, so we're closing at, we'll just call it 7:48. I'm gonna turn this off. Maybe if I hit end,
One more time.
end meeting.